Hello, VC. I got a few records in the mail in the last few weeks, so I got enough now I think where I can make another video. And the first record I'm going to show is a result of a contest win. Now this was a contest being held by Mr. Hall of Fame, Brandon. It was his record store contest where he indicated at the start of the video that he did not want international participants because of the high cost of mailing a record internationally. So I decided to respond in that video, and I said to my defense that I am international and I am not participating. I just want to say that you have a really cool store manager who allow you to give away records from his store. So anyway, it turned out he did put my name in the hat, and my name was the first one drawn. So yeah, that's true. I am international. I live in the land of the majestic beaver and the mighty moose, where you buy your weed from the provincial government and they deliver right to your front door. I live in the land where some of our towns have interesting names, and likewise our beers have very interesting names. So for all you VC members out there who start each of your videos with a sip on some boutique IPA beer from your local brewery, let's see you swallow a mouthful of dildo. Anyways, enough of that nonsense. Let's get to the records. So the record I won in Brandon's contest, you actually had a choice. You could pick the record you want. And I picked this record, and this is O Trestil's. Fantastic record. A lot of people refer to that to sort of like experimental music or whatever, has a number of genres. I always like to refer to it as sort of like musical landscapes. It's a really great album. Well, I should mention the vinyl pressings on all the records that I'll show today were all very good in terms of vinyl pressings. No warps or background noise. All very good, clean pressings. The next record that arrived in the mail is Sneaker Pimps Becoming X. This is a 2-record set. The records spin at 45 RPM with 2 or 3 songs per side. So it's sort of like an audiophile approach to the record. They have very good sound quality. Very good album. Of course, that's a reissue from the album that came out many years ago. When I first got back into record collecting, this is going back quite a few years ago, and I first got on eBay, and I'm looking at records that are up for auction and that. There was records by Ike and Tina Turner that looked really interesting. I thought, wow, I'd really like to get those into my record collection, so I'm definitely going to try and bid on these. And these were the LPs that were released on the Sue label back in the early 60s. However, I quickly learned that those records in good condition went for just a ton of money, way beyond what I could afford. And so I never did get any of those records. However, those records, some of them have been reissued now and are at a very affordable price. And I picked up a couple. And so I'll show you the couple I picked up in the last few weeks.
If you want some loving, yes, yes, that I'll give to you. Yes, yes, to you. If you want some hugging, yes, baby, yes, I can hug some too. Yes, yes. All I want, baby, is some parts of you.
Yes, Tina.
You're starting to get next to me.
Honey, that was my plan from the very beginning.
Darling,
Uh-huh.
I never thought that this could be.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah. Your lips set my soul on fire. You fulfill my wonder.
If you're not familiar with Ike and Tina Turner's very early work, it's very R&B, blues, soul related, pretty raw. And if you sort of wanted to delve into it a little bit, this is the one I would recommend that you start with. A lot of hits on this record. This is an excellent record. Both are excellent records, but this would be a good one to check out if you want to hear some early Ike and Tina Turner. Here's one that was shown in the VC a while back, and it was pretty affordable in Canada, which is unusual because records are ridiculously overpriced in Canada. Most of the records that I pick up are from resellers in the UK. And I picked up this one. That's a very high energy record. This is a group I discovered several years ago when they, I guess, were sort of getting started out. And I guess this must have been about 3 years ago. And I said, wow, they're pretty good. Like, they're not great musicians, but they had a very good sound. I like their sound, and I like the guitar. It's a three-girl band. And I checked out online to see what they had. I thought maybe they got a record. Do they have a CD? And at the time, they had nothing out. And I must have just missed it, because this record did come out, I believe, in 2017. So it must have come out just a month or two after I checked to see if they had anything. And they also have a new record coming out probably last week, actually. And I've got that one on order. It'll probably take a week or two to arrive. And the band is LA Witch. Record is one that several people in the VC have shown over the last few months, and this is, I believe, the third album by, I think it's pronounced Krung. And the unique thing about the third album here is that it has vocal on it. Or previous albums were instrumental. I discovered this group watching, was it KEXP videos, and it's a pretty good album. Like I said, it's been shown several times already in the VC.
It makes me think of that place.
I remember. We used to listen to that song for days on end.
I couldn't get it out of my head.
Oh, well, it brings back memories.
Have you heard from Josephine?
She was always running.
I was always swimming.
I
must say about this record though is, though the vinyl pressing itself is very good, the physical record, for whatever reason, at least my copy anyway, the sound is a little bit muddy, I guess you could call it. Like, there's no clarity in the highs, and the bass is not very clear or strong. So I don't know if it's just the case of the vinyl pressing, my pressing, or what, but the quality of the music in terms of sound quality, not artistic quality, was a little bit disappointing on this one. Here's an artist I showed in my previous video, and I've picked up another record by her. It's a Canadian artist, Barber.
Things can change in a moment. Life can happen so fast.
As I mentioned in my previous video, this is an artist that releases some albums in English and some in French, and this particular one is an English recording. And some of her albums are very like jazz vocal oriented, and some could be a little bit more towards like adult contemporary, and this sort of falls in that category there. This is the last album of the day. I'm going to slide shrink off on this one. This is artist I discovered while just jumping around looking at YouTube videos. It's a pretty good album.
I'm a good woman. I'm a good woman. Such a good woman. So don't treat me like dirt. I don't go nowhere. You don't take me out. If I put on a nice dress, baby, you wanna start a fight. Even my next door neighbor.
So those are the albums that I've had come in probably in the last 5-6 weeks. I don't get too many albums now, because as I've mentioned I think in previous videos, I'm retired now, on pension, so I don't have the money to spend on records like I used to a few years ago, but I still do get a few in from time to time. One thing I'll do just before leaving is I want to show you an interesting pictures of the impact the COVID-19 virus has had. I live in a town that's east of Toronto, and for many years I would take the commuter train into Toronto back and forth every day. I rode that train for about 21 years, and then the last 4 years with the company I worked from home. But the first picture I'll show is a picture taken before the virus. That parking lot holds thousands and thousands of cars, and if you weren't there by 8 a.m. you wouldn't get a place to park. It was just jam-packed. Then the second picture I'll show is a picture I took a couple weeks ago when I had to take the train into Toronto to see the eye surgeon. And you can see the impact. Both pictures are taken on weekdays. I think that picture I took there 2 weeks ago was taken on a Friday. And you've gone from thousands and thousands of cars in the parking lot to maybe 10. That's the impact that the COVID has on the commuting to work from here. It's absolutely incredible. Anyways, I'll end it there. I want to thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.